Welcome to Saturday night, beautiful fellow yogis. Let's come home to ourselves. Hopefully, you have your coziest props handy. Go ahead and close your eyes and begin by observing your breath. Don't try to change it at first, simply observe. And as you observe your breath, check in with where you are physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Just observe that too, and then let it go. And then consciously begin to slow your breath a bit more. Inhaling for a count of 5 and exhaling for a count of 5 or 6. Maybe even take a tender moment to place your hands on your chest and belly to feel them rise and fall with each breath. And maybe your hands come to your knees. You introduce some gentle movement with that breath. Checking in with your lower back. How is it feeling today? Starting to open up through the low back and heat. Generating gentle, mild heat in that area. So as we hold some of the longer poses, it's easier for your muscles and connective tissues to relax. Sit up tall, place your hands behind you. Maybe say hi to Squeak, making a cameo. Take a nice deep breath. Get expressive with your hands, falling leaves as you twist to the side, working out any arthritis, any hand cramps. And take a few breaths here in a seated twist. And maybe with your next inhale, this back arm wants to come up and over. You can even introduce gentle movement here if you wish. Or you can always reach for stillness. The most crucial element is tuning into your body, giving it the medicine it most needs tonight. And come on out. Switch the direction so that the other leg is in front. And introduce some more gentle movement. Closing your eyes once more, tuning back into your breath. Sitting tall, placing your hands behind you to elongate your spine, and then taking a deep breath, getting expressive with the hands again as you take that seated twist to the other side. And maybe with your next inhale, this back arm comes up again. Exploring the opening through the side body. Come center. Allow your chin to gently drop to your chest. Little neck mobility before we move into some cat-cows. Moving with breath, taking either ear to either shoulder. Moving slowly. No need to go past the shoulder. We're going to reach the edge of this one. Maybe extend the opposite arm. Really tune into a nice opening here in the side of the neck, upper back. And just take that to the other side. Hey, baby. Hi, sweet girl. And with that, take it over onto all fours. And we're going to go into some cat-cows. Unite your breath and body movement here. And we're going to go into a thread the needle next. If you need to move props around or use props, feel free. Otherwise, you're on all fours. One arm comes up, bringing it through beneath the body. Either letting the hips stay high or sinking them back. Take 1 or 2 more breaths on this side, please. And then as we transition, take your time, checking in. Come up to a kneeling position in between. Just unite your hands behind you into a double handcuff and take a few breaths here before we switch to the other side. And then when you're ready, return to all fours. And that other arm comes up for that thread the needle to the other side. Hey, baby. Hi, sweet girl. Take one or two more breaths on this side, please. And this time, as you come out, we're going to go into a little half camel. So once again, come up to a kneeling position. You can look back as you take that heel, lifting this arm up, opening up, reversing that work. Breath or two here. And then to come out of this safely, just start sinking the hips back. Then you can get that to the other side. Maybe see if you can do it without looking. Just take the heel. Test your proprioception. And come out of this one. And just take a child's pose. If you'd like to use a prop here, feel free. Slowly begin making your way from child's pose, transitioning to your dragon. Couple options here. You're just stepping forward into a low lunge, and back knee is down. Compress against the center thigh if you want to take it to the side. Can take a dragon pulling its tail. Can simply stay here in a low lunge. Come down a little lower. Use props if you wish. One or two more breaths here before we'll switch to the other side. And before we switch, we're going to go into a single leg seated forward fold. I'm going to transition by simply sitting down with my foot to the outside here. But if this is a lot on your knee, you can have the palm of your foot against the thigh, more of a traditional Janu position. Any props you like, you can even stack here. That's always kind of good if you can stack. Allow you to get truly passive in the pose. One or two more breaths where you are. And then, however is convenient, you can make your way to that dragon pose on the other side. Maybe take a cat cow or two in between to check in with yourself. See how you're feeling. See how your body's responding to that work we've done so far. And then, when you're ready, taking your dragon, take one or two more breaths where you are, please. And when you're ready, transitioning to that single leg forward fold. Take one or two more breaths where you are, please. And as you release from this one and transition, make your way down to your back. We have a supine pigeon, ITB band stretch, little cat pulling its tail, and then finishing with a happy baby or legs up the wall before transitioning to our closing meditation, so you know what to expect. Starting with that supine pigeon, using any props you like. You can even just let the arms fall out here. Introducing a gentle rock, that's an option. Listen to your body, and if any time a pose gets too uncomfortable, for any reason, feel free to come out, take a cradle or a child's pose. Rejoin us when you're ready. When you're ready, transition from your supine pigeon into your IT band stretch by bringing the top foot to the floor if you hadn't lifted, letting that top knee fall in the direction it's going as you take your gaze and your opposite arm to the other direction. Tuning to the sensation, especially through that thick band of connective tissue running along your outer thigh, hip to knee. And then make your way out of this one. Bring both feet to the floor. Realign your spine and hips. Or extending one leg, taking the other leg up to 45 degrees. Taking it first into a supine twist. If you wish, this bottom leg can bend. Taking a cat pulling its tail. Take one or two more breaths where you are. Gradually release that foot. Maybe pause in the moment to stretch yourself out long. And then prepare to get that supine pigeon on the other side. In another breath or two, transition to your IT band stretch. Bringing this foot to the floor before letting that top knee fall over. Gaze in the opposite direction. Slowly come out of this one. Take a moment to realign your hips first. Hips and spine straight before extending that bottom leg. Top leg to 45 degrees. Feel free to stay in a simple supine twist or reach down and take the ankle for cat pulling its tail. Just take one or two more breaths before returning to center. Perhaps stretching out long again, moving slowly and mindfully, taking your time before coming into either a little happy baby, or if you don't like happy baby, you can take a legs up the wall, or maybe keep one leg down, do a little half happy baby. Just a few breaths here before we transition to our closing meditation. With your next exhale, you can start bringing those knees in as you give yourself a hug of gratitude, thanking yourself for taking this mindful time, and then segueing, moving yourself with infinite gentleness into whatever final resting pose you would like, taking Shavasana or curling up perhaps on